Well, welcome to my first live broadcast here, of course, at Oneness Talk Radio. And what a powerful moment on the planet. I know you're all feeling it big time. I know I'm feeling it, and it's taken a lot of practices and a lot of connection and remembering to connect with the heart and to really feel it. Feel all of it. What's coming up for you? Where do you feel it in the body? I've been feeling a lot of that second chakra and third chakra and the heart chakra too, and just a lot of releasing of energy and renewing of the more of that soul frequency coming in and trusting that alignment, the alignment right in the center there, right in the center of the heart. And so as we are talking today, a lot about trust and remembering the truth. The truth chakra has been a big one too, in this area of the throat where we can get a lot of congestions and it can be kind of a bottleneck. And actually, it's not kind of, but it can be very much a bottleneck. So it's good to bring our hands to this area and feel it. And sometimes it's good to just take a moment, close your eyes, take in a deep breath through the nose and let it out. Make some noise, like some toning is really good for the throat chakra. I do toning a lot, especially driving around and feeling all the energy of a world that seems to be the density world that just seems to be full of that competition energy and a lot of projections that are out there, especially I find it a lot in traffic and driving is where I get it a lot. Because people are just, you know how it goes. You're out there and you got to make moves, and the third chakra is calling and saying, you got to overpower this person. You got to do this and you got to do that in order to make it. So what I do, especially when I stop at a stoplight, is just take a moment and take a breath and then do a little bit of toning. It's great to do while driving because, you can drive and sing, tone, any of that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, for me, it's like a tea kettle or something. And as all that energy builds up in the body and just letting it out like steam. And that's what toning is for me, is just a release of pressure, the pressure that may have built up in the body, usually in those lower chakras, and just let a little tone out like ah or oh or om. What I like to do as well when I'm out there and I'm in that energy of that, the density energy of the game board, and I like to sit there when I'm stopping at a stoplight and then just send out a really nice beam of light. And just a beautiful white and golden light, and just let it permeate everything and just surround the energy. And, as we become more intuitive and really remember that star consciousness and above and that wisdom connection, we start picking up on a lot more stuff. We're going to be noticing different energies around us. And the old way would be react to it. But as we know, if we hold the state of consciousness and the love frequency of the heart, we can make a difference, and we don't have to amplify the density game board. And so I think that's really important for all of us to remember, especially at a time where there's just a bombardment of so many different kinds of energy. And as those who are on the path of enlightenment or self-realization, self-ascension, we are able to have discernment and to remember that when we do make a difference together, and just holding the state of peace. And so today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my journey. This is called The Journey, my show here, and shattering the illusion, and I find that during my time on the planet, I started in Southern California, the land of plenty and Disneyland and Hollywood and, a lot of, it's just a certain level of consciousness, and it's a really great place to have fun and go to the beach. And I think the ocean is one of the things about Southern California that really I was able to stay on the planet and really connect with that kind of nature. And so oftentimes on the journey, it's about contrast for me. It's about the different experiences. And as we experience different kinds of contrast, positive, negative, whatever we want to call it, dark, light, a sense of this or that, right and wrong, you just have to experience it and move through it. And I think it really informs us. And that's part of this whole journey, is being here on this planet, especially because there's all kinds of energies here. And so as I grew up in Southern California, spending time at the beach and in that energy of, all the flashy cars and the Hollywood energy and a lot of commercialism. And, it was good. It was a good way to start my life. And I know there was a reason that I was born into that energy, because I knew that I had to have that experience in this lifetime, and to move through it and to be able to understand it. I think when we can live some of these energies that we may judge or, just say right or wrong or whatever it is, that we get to have a moment to return and have a pulled away version of it where we lift up into that witnesser witnessing the witness. And I probably messed that up, but where we rise up, we come up to that 10,000 foot level and are able to look at our lives and look at the energies. And as we move into the frequencies of the 5D and above, it's all about compassion. It's all about love. And when we can be in that energy, then we can have the compassion to understand that everybody has a different kind of programming, a different kind of lens. And that as we connect with that, we can understand and at least have the compassion to hold the space for love. And where does that all start? It starts at the heart chakra. And this is really the gateway to the ascended chakra and the galactic blueprint. And this place is in a lot of traditions, the goal is to get to the heart, but really it's just that point of ignition into that ascended state, and those 5D energies and 7D energies and ninth dimension and above. And so when we anchor that, we can really have that mercy and compassion for the others around us. And by doing so, we change the world that way. We at least soften it and give it a moment to just relax a bit. And the more of us that do that, we see a change out there. And I know we've had quite a bit of change. If you're in the United States, we've had an election, and I'm sure that's obvious for everybody. And it feels good. You know what to me feels good about it is the fact that in the United States, we are going to have a woman vice president. And that feels like the right direction. And maybe it's not all perfect politically and the energy of, the same old maybe, but the fact that there is a woman in there gives me a sense of relief, knowing that the energy of the feminine is really that inclusiveness and the love. And that feels like a really good change. So I'm celebrating this. And today it's a really great time, and after we've been through so much in 2020 that has helped us really look and see what's really been present within ourselves in the outside reality, having these different kinds of experiences that really give us a really more, all-encompassing view of what's been going on. Because a lot of times in density, we're really kind of locked into this consciousness level that it's like, to me, it's like having blinders on. And I know, going back to my story about growing up in Southern California and just living in that energy of, the track homes. I think the original track home, the first track home it was actually the neighborhood I lived in was the first track home in the world. And this experiment in the 70s of, putting all these houses together and making them all the same. And that's fine. It was a fun place to live. But at the same time, it's just different, from just having individual homes and more trees and things like that, And so for me, it really was a great experience to feel that energy. And then when I was about 7 years old, leaving Southern California, and my parents got divorced, and my dad and my stepmom moved up to Northern California, where I got to experience more of the rural experience, more trees, just being a little more in nature and a little more expansive in that way. So it was quite the contrast coming from Southern California and moving up to Northern California, where there's just really about more of a rural setting where the environment's very much a part of life here. The redwood trees and the ocean and places where I could really expand and move out into different areas and climb trees and do all these different things to really experience more of that energy of the nature. And that's what really delivered me back to the understanding of the Gaia, this living earth, and I really look back on that, and just coming out of density and moving into the ascended realms, we really get a look. It's like being in that elevator, that glass elevator, and you're lifting and you're looking around and you're going, oh, wow, I didn't notice that before. And you just keep your eyes locked on the divine and just be like, okay. And just really noticing that the disconnection that I wasn't really aware of as a young man, the disconnection from the Gaia experience, the mother, is a profound moment to really reconnect and heal when we've been in just more of this, just density of just almost like the earth is this machine, or it's just this big rock that we live on, and there's no real understanding. And that's so true, especially in the Western societies. And that's what's so beautiful about the indigenous in all parts of the world, is they've been able to hold on to those traditions and the understanding that this is a sacred place, and the confluence of energies come through here, and that everything is alive with spirit and love. And, that's a big realization. And that's something that I like to talk about on the show, talking about, ascended wellness and the environment and taking care of our mother and contrast and all these things. And it was a really powerful thing to remember and to help others understand. And that's the only way we can really, I feel like, move forward with the higher consciousness and help others remember that, because I know that I didn't really realize it too much, what was really happening, and having those blinders on and just being a little bit an arrogant young man, thinking that I knew everything. And so it's good to soften the ego up a bit and use the practices of self-ascension. One of the main ones that we use in self-ascension, and you all probably know, is just placing a hand to the heart, taking in a deep breath where you're in through the nose with that Ave in your mind, and then a Sa out your mouth, and just really bringing it in. So if you want to join me now for a Ave Sa breath in through the nose, Sa, and just letting it out. Something I like to picture when I'm doing the Ave Sa breath and the connection with the heart is really to breathe in light, and then as I exhale, breathe out all the energies that may be stagnant or maybe in conflict. And just, it's kind of like just, that feeling when you have a really good sigh, and it's kind of just like, so it's like, Sa, letting your shoulders drop, maybe bringing a smile to your face, can really widen your radiance and bring that sunshine back. I think a smile is kind of like the sunshine. It's just a moment to just expand out and release and not have to be such a robot. I know as I look back, and so many times of just looking at myself and not judging myself, it's more of a noticing of like, oh man, I was kind of like, I didn't really realize I was so serious and performing my duties like a robot, and it's good to have that awareness, because the serious stuff is something that I really worked on getting beyond, and just start laughing more, having more fun, dancing. Been dancing so much lately. Oh my gosh. Out in the open, out on the deck, under the sky, dance, I know with this energy right now, there's just so much happening, and to move your body is one of the most greatest gifts you can give to yourself right now. And that's true for me right now. And to really move and spin and twirl and just really feel your body and feel your energy and let it wick out from you, like having all this water on you and just going woo, and then just sending it out and just letting it wick. And so dance, and celebrate the fact that we are alive. We're still here. We're on this planet. We're making a difference. It's a great time to be here. And there's a lot to look forward to. There's so much coming forward, and I'm very excited about it. And I basically, at this point, have become a celebrator or a celebrator. And because I feel like once we understand that we are we're these spiritual beings having a human experience. And so with that understanding of depth, we understand that basically there is an endless, infinite expansion of energy that never ends. And the only way that it doesn't expand so much is if we're stuck, and that's still an experience of contrast and more energy for this backpack of wisdom for the soul. It's all good. But when we get to expand out and release, and once we understand and get a feel and touch that divine energy, wow, it's just an endless celebration, because there is no death. There's no end. It just keeps going. Maybe just transitions from one body to the next. And so anyways, today I want to talk a little bit about chakras, and just the fact that we have these energy centers and we got to maintain them a little bit. We got to take a look, because a lot of times there could be a lot of things stuck in there and they can hold us back, and if we're on the path of self-ascension or self-realization, enlightenment, well, of course, we got to look at these things. And I know you are, because you're on Oneness Talk Radio right now and listening. And that's what it's all about. It's that portal to positivity, that expansion, that never-ending, infinite, expanding love and light that is dancing right now in this moment. So I am so happy to be here with you today. I'm going to go ahead and just, if you would want to join me right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of a chakra balancing, which I've done on the journey here before, just to really have a moment to clear out anything that might be there. I know this is something that I try to do at least once a week, and I'm sure you have a way that you do it, and maybe this is good for you, or maybe you have a way that you like to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and do that with us today, and just feel that, because I know I could use it, and with the amount of energy and everything that's happening right now, it's good to just check in and notice where your energy is and where things may feel uncomfortable in the body, and just really checking in with that. So let's just start with the heart. Once again, back to the heart, because this is the ignition point for the ascended state. And it's really like the rocket fuel that gets us off the ground, and helps us blast up through that truth chakra. And so by connecting with the heart, taking a deep breath with me here. So, there we are. Very good. And as you are connecting with your heart chakra, I want you to notice a emerald green infinite coming right into the center of your chest. And it's in that horizontal position, that infinite emerald coming right into your heart, and just letting it spin right there at the heart chakra. An emerald green healing vibration of the emerald, and feeling that circulating in your heart. Feel that. Oh, yes. Yeah. See, feel that? It's just like, it's so much movement and so much energy. And as you're noticing this emerald green chakra spinning right there in that horizontal position, and now you're noticing a vertical infinite symbol coming right into the same area at the heart chakra, and notice that it is in the gold. It isn't resonating at that beautiful gold, and it locks right into this horizontal, the vertical and the horizontal coming together. So that horizontal green spinning, and now you have this beautiful gold coming into the heart, and now they're twirling and swirling together, this double infinite, this beautiful heart activation, and just feel that energy. And that is the energy of truth and who you are, and that upliftment and that rocket fuel for the lift into the ascension and into the ascended realms, where we are comforted by the multidimensional space of what we are and have always been, and just a great moment to reconnect. And so as you notice your heart chakra filling up with all this beautiful energy, now we're going to go ahead and work on that first chakra right at the base of the spine. And so basically we're going to take a carbon copy or just a copy of this emerald horizontal infinite symbol and allow that to come out from your heart, and then just send it all the way down, right down to that base of the spine, that first chakra, and just let it spin down there. And you can put your other hand there. I have one hand on the heart here, and the other I'm putting on that first chakra at the base of the spine, and allowing that emerald green to just spin and spiral, and letting that energy move, letting it heal, cleanse, clear away any debris. Letting it just spin with the green emerald. And you're noticing Archangel Raphael is coming through this emerald ray and assisting us to release any energies that would keep us stuck and not allow us to rise into the higher frequencies. And so just let that spin there at that first chakra. Beautiful emerald green, spiraling in the infinite, cleansing and clearing all that no longer serves you in your upliftment. Taking a deep breath. Yes, there it is. Oh, that feels better. And so as we are allowing that first chakra just to be clean, clear, and cleansed of all that no longer serves us, let's go ahead and bring our hand up to that second chakra, right around just below your belly button, just slightly below the belly button. And as your left hand is placed upon that area and got your right on your heart, and as we are back at the heart chakra, and as this horizontal and vertical green and gold are spinning together, and then notice another horizontal emerald green coming right out of the heart and bringing it right down where the other hand is on that second chakra, just below the belly button area, and just letting that spin there, letting that emerald green spin, cleanse, and clear in that infinite energy, allowing it to expand, cleanse, clear, and notice how you feel as this is happening, and there's so much healing energy here. And the Archangel Raphael wraps around us all, letting us know that we are healed, we are whole, and we're just sweeping out a little, doing a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of housework, and just letting it spin, cleanse and clear. Oh, that's better. Maybe take a deep breath. All right, that second chakra feeling beautiful and better and clean and clear without all the extra things that may hold us in that frequency that we've been possibly wanting to let go of. I know for me, the second chakra has been really active lately. A lot of emotion. I'm not saying emotion's bad, but sometimes emotions can hold us back from lifting into a higher frequency that serves our ascension. And so as we are right back here at the heart, noticing this beautiful heart, the ascended heart chakra with its emerald green and golden spirals of infinite energy, we're going to go ahead and make another copy of that green horizontal infinite symbol and go ahead and bring it down right into your third chakra. And as you move your hand right to the solar plexus, just below the rib cage there, and just let that rest there and know that you are doing the work and really giving some great energy to your body and your energy of your soul and spirit, and that frequency of just pure healing. And as we bring that emerald green horizontal infinite symbol right there to the third chakra, and just letting it spin for a while again, like we did with the other chakras, letting that spin, cleansing, clearing, reassuring that everything's okay. Things have been a little intense lately, maybe for a long time. And just letting it spin there and just giving us that absolute gift of the emerald green healing frequency. And of course, Archangel Raphael is with us as we do this profound healing work in our lower chakras, healing the lower chakras, remembering that they are whole and that we are whole as we are. And by doing this, we are building the foundation of the first chakra, which is that peace area. And when we've been able to work through the safety issues, the survival issues, we are able to hold that peace. And that is a great foundation to work from, is it not? Peace. And feel the peace. And as the second chakra, right where we were at the belly button area, just below it, this is that love and that creation, that love energy. And as we foundationalize that love frequency, which is, chakra is really about, the second chakra, it's really about that intimacy. It can be about sex and different things, sometimes addiction, but as we connect with the love, it really encompasses so much and really delivers a frequency that transcends all that and really encompasses all those desires or chasing of things that are really just love. Isn't that what we've really been looking for? Isn't that what we are love? And as we've been dancing with the distractions, we remember that love heals all. It really does. And so yes, love at the second chakra. And as we come up to the third chakra, where we've been allowing this infinite green emerald horizontal infinite to just spin, cleansing, clearing all this energy of engaging the world, sometimes feeling that power and moving really into that empowerment. And that empowerment, we can bring that empowerment right up to the heart chakra. And it's kind of like the well of the heart. It gives it that boost, that moving forward, that initiation, that willingness, the will to push or even just move forward. And we combine that with the heart chakra, and you have empowered love. And what could be more powerful or empowered than empowered love? And as we connect back with this heart chakra, as this third chakra is feeling very cleansed and cleared, and we're back at the heart chakra, feeling that heart beating, cleansing, clearing. The physical heart is healing, as well as the energetics that have been ready to heal for a long time. And we've all been doing the work, and it's just really amazing to know that as we heal ourselves, we heal the world. And then as we move up to the throat chakra, just notice and put your hand on the throat and just allow an infinite to just spin right there. Maybe notice, take a deep breath. And just feel that area and notice that you have that sapphire blue infinite, single infinite in the horizontal, spinning. And allow that to spin. It's got a slight emerald green with a little bit of sapphire. And just let that spin right there. And this is one of those places that's so important to bring attention to. And it's one of the bottlenecks of energy. And so as we bring our energy here and just let that spin and let that activate, knowing that your truth is ready to come forward, your authenticity and your joy. This is your authenticity and joy. And the more we align with that and be ourselves, we are living our truth. And it feels amazing. And sometimes we got to cough it out, right? If you need to do some toning or just cough it out, like, just get it out. If you feel any congestion there and you're feeling something in there, just go for a cough, go for a tone, do the singing. And as we're finishing here with the throat chakra, we can come on back up to up to this third eye area, right just above, or in between the eyebrows, just above, and just allow a horizontal and a vertical infinite symbol in the in the white frequency to just spin in that area. Allow that to spin and heal. And as you notice that your star consciousness is here, activating that, healing that. And as we move up into the exploded crown, which is this space above our head, and just notice that violet ray that is right there. Archangel Zadkiel, the Saint Germain energy is in this area. And just feel that energy of that fifth dimensional beingness that you are. And maybe just take a deep breath with me as we finish up this part of the chakras. And of course, we know there's more chakra energy above. And I think that's a good start for today, and just feeling the love that we are and that connection with the wisdom up there. And maybe take a deep breath with me. So, yes. And so just talking a little bit about chakras as we have worked through some energy here today. Looking at that first chakra, traditionally the first chakra at the base of the spine is all about that safety and survival and tribal issues. Often it's fear, really, because safety, survival is that fear. And as we move into the ascension process and we're able to foundationalize the peace at the base of the spine, and this is that area where we connect with the Shakti energy and the energy of the earth and the creation. And as we connect with that area, and as we heal that area, we become comfortable with our own inner processes. We start to trust our own inner processes more. And it's all about, in the ascension frequency, that base at the base of the spine, that traditional root chakra is all about beingness and just really trusting your beingness, just being you. And as we really are ready to take comfortable with taking action, and that's what really illuminates that area, is when we're really comfortable with taking action based on our beingness and who we are and why we're here. And the ultimate energy for that is really serving from an abundant spirit and knowing our gifts. And sometimes it takes a while, and I find myself starting to constantly learning more about myself and unwrapping all the layers that have been there and remembering who we are truly and why we're here. And serving from an abundant spirit can really heal this area and bring a lot of abundance, and bringing in that abundance and to share it and just to bring that into the world is a great service. And so that root chakra in that focus really brings about a healed root chakra. And then moving up to the second chakra, just below the belly button. Traditionally, it's all about sex, and it can be, there's a lot of addiction and intimacy. But as we heal this area, and a lot of times we can have a lot of energy stuck there from the past, painful past pictures of ourselves, frozen pictures from the past. And as we are able to address these things and really focus on the love that we are, we will find balance. And this is where we can bring the balance is in this area. And this area is also about personal cycles, all the different personal cycles that we go through. And then as we become comfortable with this personal, the personal cycles, basically, just the things that we go through, the seasons of our lives, and become comfortable with that, we get to feel the balance. And this area is really about balance. And as we heal that, we get to have that positive future self pictures. And that's what comes when we're able to release some of the frozen pictures from the past. And as we know, that takes work and healing, and doing the forgiveness work is really important with others in our lives, and forgiving ourselves, really. And we'll do a piece on that in the future for sure, on the forgiveness, because that's really important. And to release that energy is so important. And then the third chakra, coming back to that third chakra, and this is usually about power or power over in the density or the traditional chakra system. And as we learn to really trust ourselves, really align with who we are, then it becomes empowerment. We move from that power over or the need to control into empowerment. And oftentimes, when we're in the imbalance of the third chakra, we're usually not accepting the creative gifts that we have, or maybe not know that they're there. But we're usually if we're in that imbalance, and that's kind of what's happening there. It's just not accepting those creative gifts. And we all have these amazing gifts. We all have a slice of the divine within us. And oftentimes we are not remembering who we are, and that's fine. And eventually we get to learn who we are. And as we heal this area and become empowered, we feel comfortable expressing the creative gifts that we have and that we've brought in. And that's when the third chakra really turns on, and we really get to be in that joy. And by being able to bring forward those gifts is so joyful. I know when I get to do my healing work and counseling work, retreats, I love that. And that's my joy. And so the joy factor is something that we should always pay attention to. When are we feeling joy? When are we not feeling joy? And to remember that is the marker, is the joy. And so go for it. Go for the joy. And then as we come up to that heart chakra, and this is all about the love in mind, body, and spirit, and in unison, and the love and self-love is a big part of this. And I believe that self-love is, if we can anchor self-love, then we can truly love others in a more prolific way, more powerful way. And then also the partner love is the other side of this heart chakra, and this love, and also the global our global love for the global tribe, and where we can let go of the need to paint it as black or white or this or that, or judging. Really releasing judgment is one of the 4 steps of self-ascension. So releasing judgment so we can just love unconditionally. And that's something that I've been working on a lot lately, with personal relationships in my life that have challenged me in really bigger ways than I could have ever expected. And where did I find myself? I found myself in anger for a little while. And then I was able to move and realize that, okay, I am trying to control these things. I don't need to control them anymore. I need to remember that each person is holding their own light and needs their own experiences. And by holding the unconditional love, it just gets easier, so much easier, because there's no conditions on it, right? And classic for, density is, putting conditions on everything. If you do this, I'll love you. If you do that, I'll love you. If you, succeed in this way, I'll love you. Or if you say this right thing, I'll love you. It's like, not so much. For me, it's that unconditional love is that next step in the ascension. And that is one of the 4 steps of self-ascension, is unconditional love, releasing judgment, surrender, and be in union. And these are profound, and these are markers. And I feel like we're constantly working with them, because there's always more components to be working with, because we've been in density, and there's a lot of layers in density, as we know. It takes a while who knows how long, but it's a journey. And to stay committed is a really profound gift to the world, to just really stay committed and do the work, and watch things transform around us as we hold the space for that unconditional love. And then up to the throat area, traditionally that's the throat chakra, communication area. And that really is the truth chakra in the ascension, ascended chakra system. It's all about truth, authenticity, joy, just being aligned with who you really are. The part that we may have stuffed away and pretended it wasn't there, or, whatever it was. It's like, you can be authentic. You can be yourself. But it takes courage, and courage is really that bow to truth, really bowing to the truth of who you are. And once you do align with your truth, then courage will come. And I've been experiencing some of that energy lately, and I like it. It's really nice to just be ourselves and trust that. And it doesn't matter what they say. Never mind what they say, And oftentimes in the truth chakra, we unaligned belief systems are sitting there when we're in the healing process, and we're all in that process, right? I mean, we've been filled with these belief systems that are interesting and really density. And then as we heal this area, and in traditional it'd be the communication area, the truth chakra, and expressing our truth, being able to express that and say the words, or just being in that authenticity really expresses who we are. And as we do that, that is the healing. That is that future. That is the space for the truth chakra. And this is a chakra that often needs a lot of attention, and so like I was saying before, toning, singing, any kind of noise is really great for the truth chakra. And as we move up into the third eye area, traditionally it's the intuitive center. It's really that intuitive center that is good for navigating density and helps connect us with beyond density. But really, it's the vision chakra. We can have the vision. It's the individual will, that connection. And oftentimes when we are being pulled out of that area, it's, biological family. We can have, cords coming from that area that, may cloud our vision and our individual will, and to really move through that and connect with our spiritual family is when this area is healing. We find the balance in that chakra. The spiritual family is coming in, and that's really the goal, I feel, and just having that vision and individual will and trusting in that, and then kind of coming up here to the wisdom chakra, which traditionally it's that connection, it's that higher truth of connection, and it's universal. It's all about the universal spirit, and it's the crown chakra, but it's the exploded crown. It's that larger, expanded helmet. I don't know if any of you probably have the Divine Galactic Blueprint. I don't have that in front of me right now, but it really is an expanded energy of what used to be just the crown chakra, which is that connection, right? Connection with spirituality. And so oftentimes that area can be, maybe you could say, imbalanced by traditional religion or rigid belief systems. And as we're able to just calm that down, settle that down, and really just trust the wisdom and in that universal spiritual energy, this is where the spirituality connection is there, and connecting with the angels and guides, and just having that wisdom. You can have all the information in the world from density, but when it comes to that greater expansion potentiality, to really be able to be in connection with the divine, endless, expanded, everything energy, then answers just come naturally when we're in that space of balance, in that wisdom chakra. And that's why it's called the wisdom chakra, because we are able to access the truth without all the projections and filters, and it's just that pure connection. And I know we all have had that feeling where the energy comes in and you feel your crown just light up, and you just feel so amazing, and then answers just come and you just feel so clear. And so yeah, that's basically just talking a little bit here about the chakra systems today, and that, moving from that traditional chakra system into the ascension chakras that really help foundationalize that peace, love, and joy at the first, second, and third, and then bring us into that love frequency, the ascension portal, ignition point, and then up and we fly. And yeah, so that's the chakra systems today. I've been noticing a lot of second chakra energy lately, and down just below the belly button. A great practice, I like to add a practice on every show if I can, is one of my favorite practices for the second chakra, and this is for really just being in that creative balance, because your second chakra is that creation portal. It's that, it connects with your vision chakra, which helps create anew. And the perfect day visualization I found is really powerful. So, what have you got to lose by just taking the energy of the perfect day and just taking a moment, either writing in a journal or just closing your eyes and a little meditation time and just look at your perfect day. What is your perfect day and how does that feel in your body? Even though the outer circumstances have not changed at that point, it's important to connect with that energy and see how it feels in your body. And then practice holding these positive feelings. Practice holding the feelings of that perfect day. And basically by doing that, we're going to connect another perfect day to another perfect day. And they're all going to be perfect. But if we have that intention of the perfect day, then we're going to create more of that. And I think that's just perpetuates and increases and magnifies and amplifies into that now or the soon to be now. And that just really gets us into that place of what we want and what we want to feel, and that joy, right? The joy. Keep looking for the joy. That's what I'm doing. And so practice trusting that the new outer circumstances are already in the process of manifestation. And all I need is finding me now. All that I need is finding me now. And I often do visualizations about things in the perfect day, and just if there's things I need, money or things, I just watch it come in. I just picture it. It's all flowing all around me, and there's an endless supply. And I know that, with poverty consciousness is that energy of thinking there's not enough and all these things. And I'm sure a lot of us it's part of being in density, and not everybody has that experience, but I know I've had a lot of that. And so just by picturing that perfect day and the perfect flow of energy, we bring that into the soon to be now. And I think it's a great thing. So yeah, the perfect day visualization, try that out. Just creating it, meditating upon it, notice the feeling in your body when you're in that day, and it could be a lot of things. I can come back to, for me, it's usually being on the ocean or with a surfboard and sitting there looking at the sunset on the ocean and bobbing up and down on the waves and just feeling that ocean spray. And so, or nature place of any sort is a great day, a perfect day visualization. You'll find yours. And so that will really bring the expansion of your joy out there and make more of it for you. And then next thing you know, miracle after miracle after miracle, joyful day after joyful day, it comes forward. And I notice that the more I do it, the more I really feel that. And so that's a really beautiful moment to give to ourselves. Yeah, and so that's the second chakra, one practice that we can do. And another one is that you can automatic journaling, take time to just doodle in your journal, allowing the pen to write automatically. Let your inner self offer a gift to that waking consciousness. It's just, pen to paper, hang out, draw pictures, maybe write some words, try that out. I know that that's helpful for me. And sometimes it just brings out those different senses of yourself and those gifts of yourself and oftentimes things will just flow. And I know that that's been really powerful for me. Even just writing in a journal is just something that I never did in the past. And gosh, it really makes a difference, and reflecting upon it and so on. And so, yeah, so here we are talking about chakras here on the journey. And I was, the journeys, oftentimes I offer a stillness moment on the show, just a moment where you may experience a slowdown in the outer world, or, where something just, for me, sometimes it's just like everything goes quiet and then the birds go by, and it's just like this moment of like, whoa, what just happened? And it's something that stops you in your track. It's like an aha moment. I call it a stillness moment. There's different. And the stillness moment for me this week, when I was at Tosa Blue Mountain, at that most amazing retreat center there with Sri and Kara and all the beautiful angels over there, which is most powerful and most healing. I had a vision while I was there. And during this vision, we had all these tribes came in of light, and they were like these ancient, wise star people, and they all came in and circled around, and we created a circle of light, And it was kind of like I was helping everybody get in their position. And I feel like it was like almost like the stones at Stonehenge, but they were all these wisdom beings of light, all lining up to create this healing moment for the planet. And all I could remember about it was that, I can remember a lot about it, but it was just like the White Feather Tribe or something like that, Crystalline Light Tribe. And they were from all over. They were from this planet, from other planets. And it was kind of like this call to be in that moment and to hold space for the planet. And it actually was on October 16th, which was that up level moment in October, one of them. And as they came in, we did this whole process and created this fountain of light that was coming up like a big fountain. And it was purging and blowing out, and then it was going around the whole planet and just surrounding the planet with all this light. And there was a lot of light language and connection. At one point, there's just really big cosmic experience, and I don't remember all the details of it, but I know that the energy in my body was so off the charts, and it was just pulsing and flowing, and it was almost too much. So I had to do yoga. I started doing yoga postures and everything, and as I laid down upon the ground, and I felt all this energy from all these cosmic beings, and I watched the earth rumble and shake, and I knew that there was a healing process happening on the planet, and I could feel all this vibration coming off the planet. And then I just watched all this, like, kind of like a shaking off, a purging, and then I kept hearing that as this energy is shaken off by the planet, that there wouldn't be a need to have so much chaos and traumatic experiences. And so it felt like that there was a moment where there was a softening. And as we brought in a lot of, in the whole Self-Ascension community, all the communities of light, I could feel all of that in that moment. And it was just a moment to shake off some energy and help Mother Gaia release some of this stuff that's just been sitting there. And so anyways, that's my stillness moment. And it was profound. It was really profound. And Tosa Blue Mountain, if you haven't been to Tosa Blue Mountain, do whatever you can to get there. I know that I've been there a couple times, and sometimes it took everything I had to get there, but I will never forget I will always remember, and that it was one of those moments that I'm so glad that I did make put everything I had into it, because it shifted my life in profound ways. And so a few minutes left on the show here. I just want to do one little visualization to finish out the show here. And this is called the Hands of God. And if you want to go ahead and do this with me and put your hand on your heart, I'm inviting you to join me as we release a little more energy today, because as we know, we're constantly being bombarded with different kinds of energies, and we're not always aware of them. And so notice yourself as you close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes if it's safe for you to do, and just notice, imagine a really bright light above your head. Really beautiful, bright light. So bright that you can't really look at it. So bright. And just notice the crown chakra at the top of your head, the seventh chakra. Feel it. Feel this. You're noticing this really big tingling. And as you notice yourself floating on a cloud, and as you're rising, as you're noticing these clouds and this bright light, and you kind of have your focus locked into this beautiful bright light, and it's almost too hard to look at, but you can. And just notice yourself in the clouds and rising past all these beautiful clouds and blue sky. And there you are, floating up in this beautiful bright light. Now feel that crown chakra, that tingle, blue sky, and this shaft of divine light. And as you are noticing this shaft of divine light, you see these huge white gloved hands with the golden Om symbol on the palms. Huge white gloved hands appear right out of the sky with this beautiful Om this golden Om symbol. And as you were there and noticing this beautiful hands of God or Goddess, God, Goddess, my child, you have suffered enough. Give me your pain. Give me your worries, and I will take them from you. They are mine to heal. Place all your pain in my hands. I love you. Suffer no more. I forgive you, and all debts are paid now. You don't have to suffer anymore. Give me your pain. Give me your worries, and I will take them from you. They are mine to heal. Place all of that pain, let it all go into my hands, because I love you, and you don't have to suffer anymore. I forgive you, and all debts are paid now. So, all debts are paid now. And I just want to send out a healing frequency of this golden energy. This is a golden Lemurian crystal. I just want to send that out to finish this version of the journey. Sending that extra healing golden illuminations from my heart to your heart. And know that you are healed. There's nothing you need to do anymore. Just remember that you are whole, you are enough, you are love, you are illumination of the most high, beautiful, endless light. And we just have to remember that and keep our eyes focused on the divine at all times. And as my heart connects with yours and through this beautiful golden illumination of this golden Lemurian healer, I had to bring that in today. So thank you. Thank you for joining me here on the journey where we shatter the illusion together. And until next time, enjoy your time. Enjoy this waning moon as we move into a continuation of accelerated energy. Be well. Take care of yourself. Love your neighbor. Be in your heart. Namaste.